Previously on Big Brother. 13 house guests entered the house for the very first time. Alliances may have already started to be formed. There were definite tears, almost fatalities, and possibly a 14th house guest? Now that Dan is HOH, who will he nominate? What twist will the Wheel of Mayhem bring? And how will Jesse, Jen, and Rachel do as have-nots? Find out on Sims 4 Big Brother. Hi friends, welcome back to episode 2 of my Sims 4 Big Brother challenge. Thank you for coming back. I'm so happy that you're here again. We have all of our house guests in the living room and they are waiting to find out what Dan, our current HOH, is going to spin on the Wheel of Mayhem. And I am so excited that this is a thing. We have a lot to cover this episode, so we'll just jump right into it. So what is going to happen is Dan, as the HOH, is going to spin the Wheel of Mayhem. Whatever it lands on is the twist that is going to be this week. It's pretty awesome. Immediately afterwards? Hey, afterwards. All right, stop it. Immediately afterwards. Words. Why is it so hard to talk? Immediately afterwards, Jesse, Rachel, and Jen are going to be sent to the have-not room where they will be cut off from everyone for 24 sim hours. I will make sure we keep an eye on the clock. And they won't have time to get to know this HOH, Dan, because there's going to be nominations at the end of this episode. So hopefully that doesn't affect their relationships. But I'm so excited. All right. Dan, as current HOH, you have been put to task where you are going to have to spin the Wheel of Mayhem. There are 7 twists that you could land on. Let's see. What is your fate? All right, Dan. Spin the wheel. Double POV. All right, house guests, what that means is that this veto competition will not just have one power of veto, but 2. 2 can be played or 2 could be not played. That's up to you. So remember, at veto time, the 2 nominees each have a chance of taking themselves off the block. Thank you, Dan, for spinning the wheel. Now, Jesse, Rachel, and Jen, please head to the have-not room. All right, they're already disappointed. And now we're going to lock them in, lock the door for everyone. And now at 2, we will start it. I'll say at 2:50 because that's when I started. 2:50 p.m. on Friday Sims time, they will be released. But other than that, this is their room. Have fun, you 3. This could be a great alliance if they work together. Alrighty, so the house guests now are just going to take this time to get to know one another still, work on those relationships. Now that we know who HOH is, are they going to really start sucking up to Dan, or are they just going to trust that they won't be seen as a threat? And I'm just, what are you 3 doing? I'm just thinking of like the real Big Brother players that these 3 are and how this would just be a mess. Oh, interesting. Okay. Nice. Good social game, both of you. Yeah. Oh. Maybe it's because we're watching. Oh.
All
Alright, so Rennie and Brittany, who in real life, how did you make money? What did you do? Oh, you threw away garbage. Okay. Brittany and Rennie have both played with Dan in real life, but not in this game, so that's fun to see. Oh, what did I just clear? I don't really know exactly how I feel about us right now. Ooh. What is Donnie and Paul doing? What are the beards doing? Just staring. You know, you guys can talk to each other. You don't have to just stand awkwardly. You three, I was expecting a lot more from you, and I'm a bit disappointed. Why is everyone... Why? Why are we just staring? I love that Brittany and Dan are talking, but Janelle is there, but she's just not saying anything. Maybe she doesn't want to bring a huge target on her back. Party in the kitchen. So I wanted to kind of focus this episode obviously on the gameplay and just letting them clearly make relationships with one another. Oh, I was asking to go talk to Janelle maybe? But I also wanted to like explain my reasoning behind... Oh. This is really sad. She just doesn't like playing without Brendan. Anyway, what I was saying is I wanted to kind of like explain why I chose these 13 house guests for this competition. You guys can eat, right? Okay. Janelle. What? I focused on Rachel crying and I missed out. Oh no. Super out of character for them, but okay. Let's go over here where it's a lot quieter. I just love that the three of them are choosing to not use this time. Oh, who's Brittany talking to? Dan still? Oh, she does think she's a loyal person. But yeah, I will talk a little bit about why I chose who I did. And let's go over here to the have not room where they're clearly taking this well. So why I chose Jen is I just noticed that there's a spider. Oh, I hate that. Yuck. Sorry. I chose Jen because Big Brother 8 is iconic in its own way, and Jen really does add to that. She originated the unitard that becomes a punishment throughout Big Brother, and it's like a constant thing. But also she was a decent player. Like, she was good at competitions, and it was just really her social game let her down. And I've always been disappointed that Jen's never come back, and I don't know if that's her choice. But anyway, I was like, I'm gonna put her in mine, so take that. Jesse, not necessarily a favorite player of mine. However, I do feel like Jesse, both times that he's played, has unfairly... You three are so boring. He got screwed over by two really big twists both times he played. So I'm always so curious how he would play if twists weren't in effect, which is funny because he's on an all-star season that I have purposefully made twisty. So we'll see if that's 3 times in a row that he gets screwed over by a twist. But I just think that he should get a third chance. I was going to say second, but he already did. He's mad. And Rachel, she's like, you either love her or you hate her. I love Rachel. It's okay, buddy. I just think she's super entertaining, and She grew a lot in her season, like her first time around. It's really hard to talk when I can just hear her crying. But I think that her second time around, obviously she won. She's a contestant in this game. Not the only one, but she has won Big Brother before, the TV show. And maybe it was production rigging, but she does earn her spot. Like, she is a comp beast, and not clearly in my HOH competition. Big ol' 0 there, but yeah, she's just always fun, and she adds the drama that people love. So Dan has won. He really needs to go to the washroom. Dan has won Big Brother before, and he almost won a second time. And he's just a really fun character to watch. He has some super iconic moments. Dan's funeral from Big Brother 14 is something that people still talk about to this day. And he's just really smart. He's great. So I obviously couldn't do an all-star season without Dan. We'll just talk about Helen because she's like right there. Helen is someone from a problematic season of Big Brother. If you don't know already, Big Brother 15 is not really received all that well because of the racism that was a huge factor in it. But I think that Helen actually was a smart player, and just unfortunately her gameplay doesn't really get talked about because people only ever talk about Big Brother 15 in the sense that it was super racist and problematic and not a great season. Rennie, let's talk about Rennie because she's just awkwardly standing in the bathroom. I adore Rennie. I want to hang out with her. I think that she was just so pleasant in the house, and she has like super iconic moments that I just think Big Brother 10 is a great season, and she's part of the reason why I think it is. But she's not necessarily all stars material, but I think that she really she's a fun personality to the show, and I think that's really important. So that's why I put Rennie in here. Why is everyone, you guys, this is really stressing me out that I'm not taking care of them because I'm so particular with my Sims, and I never let them get in the red of any need. So it's really hard watching him starving and not feed him, but that's his game. So Dr. Will, he is another winner. He is the only other winner. Yeah, I had 3. So he won the second season of Big Brother, and he has been back for the very first All Stars. And I really like him. He's iconic. If you haven't even really watched Big Brother, you probably know about Dr. Will Kirby. He's super pleasant, and pleasant is maybe not the right word. He plays a very different game. He's not really comp heavy at all, but he played a great social game. Can't argue that. Let's talk about Paul while they're sleeping. Paul is a house guest that you love or hate. I was more on the hate side when they were on their seasons. However, I can acknowledge that they really do know how to play the game. And I can be frustrated at other house guests for not catching on. But the bullying and stuff like they are problematic. But I thought I couldn't do an all-star season without having an antagonistic house guest, but also someone who will kind of be a threat. You know? It's a party in the bathroom. Yeah, 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 yeah. Why? Zach. Oh no, who peed themselves? Vanessa did. Oh, I don't trust you on the stove. Remember what happened last time. Zach is someone who I really enjoyed on his season. I thought that he was a lot of fun. I think that he would never get asked to come back just because of, I think he's like kind of talk crap about production of the TV show or whatever. But I think he's such an entertaining player. I really like him. Yeah, I could see why he could be annoying, whatever, but he's great. Big Brother 6 will always have a special place in my heart because it was the first season that I ever watched. And I was obsessed with Janelle. And then she came back for All Stars. Still obsessed with her then. And then she came back for Big Brother 14 and still obsessed, but also acknowledging that the game has changed since she played it. And it didn't really work out for her. And then she came back for their second All-Star season, their most recent season of Big Brother. And really, she didn't do well because she's a huge threat. And she's just, the game's really different from when she played. So I felt like I couldn't do a season without having at least Janelle in it. But she's like the queen of Big Brother. People love her. Where's Britt? Britt's sleeping. We'll just watch her. So, Brittany, I really didn't like her first season. I thought she was a immature, mean girl. And I'm pretty sure that was like the consensus of how people can... Well, actually, that's not true. A lot of people did like her. And I just was like... No, you're just kind of a mean girl. And then she came back for 14 and I was really impressed with her gameplay, and I think that she's a good asset to the game. She's got funny confessionals. She says what's on her mind. She's good in that way. Oh no. I don't know what happened to you, but I guess there's no shower, so he just has... Oh! You peed yourself. I think Donnie's the last one I need to talk about. So last but not least, Donnie. I loved Donnie when it aired, and I still, I'm sure, love him. He was just so pleasant and so sweet. And no one believed that he was like a high school or whatever custodian. They all just thought that they thought he was like a plant in the house, or that he was ex-military or whatever. And he was just this guy from, I think, North Carolina. And he was also really good at competitions. But I think the game is a bit evolved since he played. So he wouldn't do so hot, but... I love Donnie. Oh my god, please just go eat something. Why do you need your outdoor clothes on? I believe Will is the only one that is awake right now at like 6 a.m. Okay, so now this is where I wonder if I should step in, because in The Sims you can die from humiliation. I just want him to sleep, but I don't think he will, because he's so uncomfortable. We'll see. Anyway, Paul is just chilling out. Alright, Janelle's playing with herself. Donnie is making himself something to eat without burning the house down. Yeah, you did pee yourself. You should not be on your phone. Donnie with his little pajamas and his grilled cheese. Yeah, buddy. Our 3 have-nots. Does Rachel also smell bad? What did Rachel do? Oh my god, Rachel peed herself too? Like in bed? This is hard. I want to help them, but I won't. Helen is like the only one that seems functioning right now and in an okay place. Good job, Helen. Oh, actually, Dr. Will is like super content and happy. How about you go pee before you pee yourself, which seems to be a theme of this house. It's hard being the HOH. It's like a little annoying that they're not talking while they are near each other. Okay, no one's gotten rid of that. I'm done. Like, I want them to be more... This is a social game. They need to really talk to each other. I'm so curious and like kind of excited to see how this double POV turns out. Because like the two nominees could each win their own, and then Dan's gonna put up two different ones. It has been rough in this have not room. Two people have peed themselves. Jen is just tense and hungry. What did you make? Is that fruit salad? A something, yeah. Oh, God.
Hana Boolin.
Oh, Rachel. Gross. I really thought this would be more exciting with you three. I mean, we had 2 accidents. 2 people peed themselves, but it's just like, no, you can't go play. It's almost time though. At 2:50, I will unlock this and they can come out. That was pretty brutal. Why are they clean now? I don't understand this game. So by the end of today, we're going to have 2 nominees. And where is our HOH right now? It's just playing. Not many people have gone to talk to Dan, so I'm curious how this nomination ceremony is going to go. Oh, Rennie asking Zach if he finds her interesting. Oh, I don't want to hurt your feelings.
Shizu Zanku Ganji. Ulak Muchipichi. Jewel not a drim.
Oh no. Why are you yelling at the HOH?
Sturka Jabe. Just a norb. Watabi.
They having a fight?
Ina Tubarno. Seems a quink. Henbei. Yishla Henbei.
I don't know what's going on with those two. Zach and Rennie have been talking for a long time. That's fun. We are here for the nomination ceremony, our first one of the season. I'm just gonna pause it because you guys are being loud. As HOH, one of Dan's duties is to put up 2 nominees who he would like to see potentially out of this house. The first nomination is Paul. Dan's second nominee is Jen. Paul, Dan put you up on the block because you have been kind of coming after him. You're being a bit confrontational when it's not necessary, and he thinks that you're a dangerous player in this game. Jen, you were put up on the block because Dan doesn't know you. He didn't really ever get to connect with you, and that probably had to do with you being a have-not, but unfortunately you didn't reach out to even kind of talk to him at all, so because of that, he had to put you up on the block. That'll be the end of this episode. Who is going to win? Or I guess I should say, whom is going to win the 2 power of vetoes that will be at the next competition? Paul and Jen could easily both win and take themselves off, and then Dan would have to make another difficult decision and put up 2 replacement nominees. Also, next episode, who will be going home? We will have our eviction ceremony as well, and there will only be 12 house guests remaining. Thank you all so much for sticking around for episode 2. This was a lot of fun, and please comment below who you are rooting for. The poll is still open because MVP or extra vote were not selected with the Wheel of Mayhem. please make sure that you vote in there. You can vote more than once, so if you're really torn between house guests, throw in a second vote. I won't tell. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. It really helps out this channel of mine that's super new, and yeah, I'm really digging this series so far. So if you are, make sure you share that love, and until next time, bye friends.